All right. Yesterday we went 6 through 10 on our list, and now we go to the top 5 on the Panda's top 100 albums of the 80s. And these are all 5 powerhouses, the elite of the elite, interchangeable. They could be, on any given day, any of these could be my favorite album, but this is the official list, and I'm excited for you to hear them, so let's get into it. Boy, oh boy, album number 5 on the list grabbed me from the first moment and never let go. Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses, number 5 on our list, and well deserved. I put it in the same level as Back in Black, Van Halen 1, Blizzard of Oz, the albums that just hit you hard and never let go. And I didn't know these guys from Adam when the album first came out, and while they produced some pretty cool stuff down the line, it was pretty up and down. Nothing as good as this. They left us with a treasure, though. Number 5 on our list, Appetite for Destruction. All right, number 4 on our list is Rush, Moving Pictures. And I knew a few Rush songs before that album, and I wasn't a huge fan, didn't understand them. They were a nerdy band. I was a nerd, so it kind of worked. But when I heard the first side of this album, my mind was definitely blown. Talk about the Crimes of Passion or Don't Say No side ones. This is probably the pinnacle with Tom Sawyer, YYZ, Red Barchetta, Limelight. Really hard to beat that. And Vital Signs on side 2. Actually, all of side 2, sneaky good. But this band just hit their peak. And I would say that Permanent Waves and Moving Pictures and Signals is probably as good a 3-year run as any band had in the 80s, certainly in the first half of the 80s. But their pinnacle was definitely this album, Moving Pictures, strong, number 4 on our list. So if you want to talk about a nearly flawless album, number 3 on our list, U2's The Joshua Tree, definitely represents that. An album that I think, though they had many good albums in the early 80s, leading up to 1987, this really represented a leap for them, just emotionally and maturity-wise. The album is strong. Their maybe 5th best song is probably the best song on most albums. It goes 7 or 8 deep of just elite songs. One of my favorite songs I've mentioned before is called Trip Through Your Wires. It's probably the 7th best song on that album, and it's probably one of my favorites. Like songs like Red Hill, Mining Town, that are probably not in the top 5, are just all-time classics. So just a wonderful album, and certainly deserving of top 3 rating. All right, we're almost to the top of our list. Sitting at number 2 on our top 100 list of the 80s is AC/DC's Back in Black. I was a massive fan of this band, and I was devastated when Bon Scott died. I had just gotten the Highway to Hell album for Christmas, shockingly, the previous year, and I just played the heck out of it, and I went back through all of their catalog, Dirty Deeds, High Voltage, all of them. And I thought it was over. I thought there was no chance. We didn't have internet back then. We didn't know what was coming. Who knew what they were working on? And then this album came out and just, boom, just like Appetite for Destruction or Van Halen 1, or Blizzard of Oz for me, it was just like a knock in the head. And just an unbelievably deep rock, heavy, hard rock album. And their best work, arguably ever. Some will say some of the early AC/DC albums, and that's cool. But certainly for the 80s and beyond, Back in Black is the number 1 album for AC/DC, and it's number 2 on our list. All right, number 1 on our list, The Clash, London Calling. What a band. A mixture of punk and reggae and rock. I first came to know them with their great Combat Rock album, which I still dearly love, but that's all I knew of them. I saw them my freshman year in college. They came to campus without Mick Jones, but didn't matter. It was still awesome. And I got so wrapped up in that performance that I went out and got the London Calling album and just went deep. 19 tracks deep. Again, for there might just be one or two that are just okay songs, but you're talking 15, 16, 17 really good songs. And the most popular song is number 19 on the list, but super deep. Can't even name off the songs. There's so many of them. The Guns of Brixton and Brand New Cadillac. I love Lost in the Supermarket. Obviously Train in Vain, Wrong and Boyo, Clamp Down, London Calling, the title track. Just a stellar album, and certainly very worthy of calling it the best album of the 80s. So there you go, folks. That is our top 100 albums of the 80s. Please leave a comment. Let me know which albums you don't think belong, which albums you loved, what order they should be in, anything. Just leave them in the comments and I'll respond. Thanks all. See you next time.